All right. Seems like when I get heated, all of a sudden my system gets shut down. But that's fine because if I'm giving him the glory and want people to understand spirit and truth, I have to spit it out and he can shut it down anytime he wants. It's already gone out. He don't like that. But hi, shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. You know, I begin to just been feeling kind of out there today, just listening to the Holy Spirit within as it speak things to me. And I want to say I give him all glory and honor and praise for being who he is all by himself. And I want to say I apologize for coming on late. I uploaded that I will be on at 7, and I'm a little bit late here due to the fact I was on live on Facebook. I wanted to teach something, speak on something regarding grace and mercy, and I think I nailed that thing. Oh yeah, I think I nailed it with the Ruach Hakodesh. So where I'm at today on to YouTube, I want to just discuss something that's very important to me because it's important to the Father in the heavens, and He spoke it into my spirit. He said, Deborah, they are in full denial of the prophecies. And I said, so that's why A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. You mean to tell me all this time, is that the problem? Yes. They are in full denial of the prophecies that has been prophesied. You remember I tell you about the prophecies of the Most High? You heard in Daniel, you heard in Ezekiel, you heard in Jeremiah, you heard in Isaiah, you hear it all talked about in Deuteronomy 28, telling you, prophesying how it's going to go, just everything that the Most High. You remember when the Father was talking to Abraham in the vision, and he was telling him what is to come upon his seed, and how they were going to go to a land that they knew not, nor he knew not of. Okay, so that was prophesying to Abraham. That was in the vision. But what the Father is telling me, and he just said it today, but when he said it, he was trying to get me to also understand that all this time you've been nailing it. You've been trying to figure out why is it nobody is covering the prophecies and denying the prophecies. That's what he said they're doing. They are rejecting the prophecies. They are denying the prophecies. They are taking upon the prophecies and bringing them forth to the people as if they are their visions and dreams. He said prophets and prophetess, people of all different positions in which they have called themselves, has taken on this thing of reading and bringing it into a vision and a dream setting and feeding it to you all. I said, so Father, y'all, wait a minute. Can we bag that thing up? I say, so when I'm sitting here trying to understand this for the last year, why ain't nobody saluting Deuteronomy 28? Why ain't nobody walking in and up and down and all around Deuteronomy 28? Why ain't they seeing the end game of Deuteronomy? I said, Father, not one person, you guys. I haven't seen nor heard one individual, not one, break that Deuteronomy 28 end game down. He said they denying the prophecy. And I say, but Father, all this time I've been bringing it forth, he had never said anything to me. That if I would have known that, then it brings more, how would I say, closure to my spirit. Oh, Father, they just so far from you then. Because I'm like saying, Father, they not, but he's telling me now. That's why it's good to hold on to spirit and truth. If they're not speaking spirit and truth, it's because they are in full denial of the prophecies. So that's why they can't talk spirit and truth, because spirit and truth ain't talking about them. You see what I'm saying? It's not in them. So that's why they are denying the prophecies. So I said to him, I said, so the prophets, the prophetess that's all on these pages, you mean to tell me, this is what he told me today, those people are not really having visions and dreams. And when he said, and he broke it down to me, he told me they're not having visions and dreams. They're reading. And they're taking what they're reading and bringing it to you all in visions and dreams. They're still in the prophecies, you guys. And he said they have made, what did he say? They have made the prophecies their own private, owned visions and dreams. So this is the question. I'm going to say that when he told me that, I said, Father, it's the end of the world, isn't it? Tell me it's the end, Father. Tell me, Father. Yeah, it's the end. Do y'all know how hard it is for me to be a prophetess in the wilderness, already feeling these things, seeing these things, living here, seeing exactly what he's summing it up in me, but can't pinpoint it like he does it? He sat there and he said, they're on all these medias as prophets and prophetess, ministers and teachers, using my word, the prophecies of his word, as their own private visions and dreams. He said, had I sent them, then you would know. Why? Because they got to wrap this thing like I do. That's why. Neither nor would say they have the spirit of discerning. I go before the Most High, Yah, regarding these people all the time. And now he's telling me it's because, Deborah, they have read the prophecies, and they have now made them their own, not today. He said this is what they've been doing, their own private dreams and visions. And then when he took me to Revelation 8, and I dived in 8 foot, let me tell you something, y'all. I saw that. I said, there it is, Father. There it is, exactly what he told me earlier today. Because I've heard him talk about that. But I say, that's why they can't tell it like it is. They just move a few words, and then they make it look like they had dreams and visions. Because I said, how can you give these people all these dreams and visions, but yet they don't even know who you are? I don't understand. That confused me. I'm telling y'all, I'm in the wilderness. It confused me to see what I'm seeing. I keep trying to tell y'all I'm not a dead prophet. I'm a living one. That means I'm living in this day. But I'm like unto y'all's servants, the prophets of yesterday, but I'm living today, y'all. I'm like unto y'all's servants yesterday, but I'm living today, y'all. I'm like unto y'all's servants yesterday, but I'm living today, y'all. And I'm battling with trying and complaining to the Father. What is that? What did they say? Because you want me to tell you what I'm battling with? If I'm a prophetess in the wilderness over here, and y'all got another prophet over here, we got to have something in common. Bam, bam, bam. You got to. Why? We serve the same spirit. It's impossible for me to be over here boo-hooing and saying to the Father, what is that over there? Not understanding how I could even see it to be anything, because if we serve the same self spirit, when he spoke of the body of Hamashiach and all the gifts and the positions and the callings that's in this body under the body of Hamashiach, you know what he said? One can't say to the other, you don't belong. Why? Because we got the self-same spirit. But when sister come up with a discerning spirit, which is a gift from the Most High Yah, then I'm given that gift not to discern myself, but to discern others. Where? In the body. And if I'm all up in the body trying to figure out, well, wait a minute, could that person really be? Could that person really be? Deborah, use the gifts I've given you. You know how many times I get in trouble because I don't? Because I be overwhelmed by what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing. Trying to make everybody fit under this body of Hamashiach. And y'all just telling me today, you have always had it right. But let me give you the fullness. I'm going to say, Father, why you couldn't give me that way back? Because he got his own way that he gives you things. Because he has to spoon feed you. And a lot of times, because he needs you to how what I said, complete the task and then give you the fullness. Because that's how he did with this event, what I did with my family. He wanted me to see that it ain't about your family. But no, you wanted to do something for your family. Now, how do you like it now? I had to go to the wilderness. I had to go 7 days in the wilderness with the Most High Yah for him to straighten me up and straighten me out. Because I was cuckoo clocking. Why? I was cuckoo clocking in this flesh. Couldn't understand this. Wait a minute. You know why? Sister Deborah put her guards down. She put her spirit of discerning down. How he taught me try the spirit by the spirit down. How he taught me to be able to box eyes. How he taught me in the spirit to use the discerning spirit. All that time I was just using it, and I was like, what? I was cuckoo clocking, y'all. He said, come on here. You're going to the wilderness for 7 days. And y'all, I got a tail whooping because my flesh was just as, I said, Father, I bet you this is how people probably feel when they depressed or when they stressed out. Because I ain't never felt a feeling like that, y'all. I felt so defeated. I felt so shamed. I felt, why? I gave 100 times 100. I mean, it was, because he told me when I started it, you want to do it? I'm with you. And let me tell y'all something. He was with me. He was all the way with me to see what I like to do. And he was with me to do what I like to do. Because I like to do it don't mean he gonna make it right, all these spirits. No, he loved me. So he was there on my behalf to help me see this that I wanted to do in my flesh. He said he will be with me to the beginning up to the end. But see, he never told me for the whole 3 months they were plotting on me. I had no idea. But I found out when I went to the 7 days in the wilderness, because I'm like, why do it have to hurt so bad? He said it needs to, so you can get this thing. I told you I will be with you, and I was. But I wasn't going to be with them wicked spirits. I was with you. That's what he was saying. So I'm like, oh my goodness. I said, but it seemed like throughout my whole life, that's how it always been. Always the individual that would give my head if it wasn't detached to my neck. I never knew what it was like to not give and gave. If my mother could come on here and sit side by side, they'll tell you she'll do this. She said, y'all, that girl would give her head if it wasn't screwed on. Booby just give too much. That's just who I came here like that. Waited till I was 58 to reveal to me because I was crying. 58 years old. And I was crying. And he was telling me about the head she had around me. And that the reason why I give is because he is give and gave. And I am like unto him. I'm like, but I do it all the time. All the time. It's an addiction. Some people are addicted to alcohol. Some people are addicted to drugs. Some people are addicted to smoking and porno and sex and whoring and lying and killing and murdering and serial killer and all these sort of things. Sister Deborah is addicted to give and gave. And the father waited till I was 58 years old to tell me that is who he is. I say, all them years, y'all. All those years. And I had no idea why I was the person, neighbor that never spoke to me a day in her life. But a man tried to come through her window. And I bammed on her door. A man is out there at your window. That girl, that lady, she was about a couple of years older than I was. This is a certain time I was in my, staying in my own place. And I had upstairs, and I saw him crawling in her window. And guess who was in the bedroom he was clamming in? Her 12-year-old daughters. And she came through that window with a bat. And he fell when she hit him. But I was banging on her door. It's a man getting in your window. And that woman, from that time on, she always asked me, please talk. Can we talk? I was like, see, you never know who's upstairs from you or who downstairs from you. You see, you never know who's in the presence. They supposed to hate you. They don't know who you are. They hate you because of who is in you. They don't hate you as an individual. You ain't got nothing nobody want to hate about you on the outside. They hate you from the inside, where the real deal is at. And the hate that a person will have of you from the inside is greater than the hate they will have for you on the outside. How about that? How about that? You see? So from that time on, even when I moved, she was talking, oh, I hate that you moved. Oh, I wished I would have known you all the time. And she said, I am so sorry. I just didn't want to speak to you, but you the most beautifulest person I have ever met. You don't know. But that's just the heart, that's just the mindset of people. You know, they don't know you, but they hate you and don't know you. You know, they don't know nothing about you. I had to break what I did here. She was talking about how she was struggling with her husband and the things that she needed to break away from. I broke that word down in her. I sure did. I said, they teaching these people the wrong thing. Let me set you free. Let me set you free. And if y'all know the things that her husband had done, you'll say, well, why was she even? People, when you are unequally yoked, y'all don't give a rat's behind who you married to. Even if you is a Hebrew Israelite, even if you are a true Jew, even if you are the whole house of Israel and the tribe of Judah, or the tribe of Judah, y'all don't give a rat's behind if you unequally yoke and need to divorce each other. Y'all has an issue when you yoked up in his understanding. Where are they yoked up, Deborah? In their spirit. Both of you are yoked up together in the spirit of the Most High God. Oh, no, you can't cut that one now. You can't divorce that one. Y'all yoked in this. Furthermore, you ain't gonna want to get unequally yoked. You ain't gonna want to be divorced. Because once you come into a oneness in the spirit of the Most High God, that's like being under the body of Hamashiach and knowing we in his body. We are the church and the saints. You know what good feeling that is? It should be to a husband. You know what that should be to a wife? Even the children. The ideal that, hey, we in here. You see? Because we put him first. Everything in that household should represent him. Everything. When you get up, say for instance, you had 2 kids and you and your husband are equally yoked. When he gets up, he dropped to his knees. Give Yah all glory. When she gets up, drop to your knees. Give Yah all glory. Don't be ashamed. Don't put no shame in either one of y'all game. If the husband had to leave off to go to work before you do, and you're there with the kids, you drop down, husband. So wife, if she wakes up and she don't hesitate, don't go in the bathroom, don't go, drop down every time. Don't roll over out of the side of the bed and start praising to the Most High God. And get your tail ready to go to work. Same thing in her situation. She gets the child ready to go to school so she can go to work. But she rolled over off that bed onto the floor. They've seen each other. Give Yah the glory. One ain't giving him more glory than the other. That's equally yoked. All of a sudden, the wife go in there to wake the child up. The husband see how the wife done it. And when he says, it's time to get up, man, go tell the daughter room, it's time to get up. Make sure you stand there and tell them, roll over to your bed. First thing you land is on your knees. Give God the glory. Go into the room, 2-year-old, hey, baby, hey, you ready? You know, you tired? The baby still asleep. Show him how to roll on his knees. Roll out that bed onto your knees and give God the glory. And all the baby have to do is say, thank you, God. This is what he say, train them up in my way, the way that leads to me. You see? Nobody wants to, that's what you call a house that's equally yoked. These women nowadays don't give a rat's behind about turning over and got all these babies in the house and grandbabies in the house and ain't got sense enough to roll over on the floor and give Yah the glory. Husband having hell on his job, going and coming, and don't even know how to roll out of his bed. Say, Father, I'm going to the hell house, but I want to give you praise for just waking me up, clothes in my right mind. Wife has to see these things. Husband has to see these things, wives. And it's not something that's faking it till you're making. You feel you equally. Because y'all serving Yah in one unity. Why? Because he is the center of y'all whole relationship. Even when y'all go to bed. If you're both there, that's when you really join hands and just give him praise. And then y'all get into bed. If one come before the other one, drop your tail to your knees. You ain't going to the bathroom and get on your knees right before. So what, your husband's sleeping? Get on your knees. And if you in the bed, he coming in later on, get on your, you have to see this working in this equally yoke in which the Father say divorce is not allowed when I'm in the midst. What he say? When there's 2 joined together in my name, I will be in the midst. These women wanted to submit to these men and they don't even see their tails roll over to pray. They don't see them sitting down praying together. How you gonna have 4 and 5, 6 and 7 wives, and y'all you don't see now one of them roll over and pray, or y'all ain't in even unity in prayer? That's all unequally trash for Satan. You see what I'm saying? You want to do this thing right? Y'all don't want you with no 2, 3, 4, 5 women to fulfill your lust. Why, Deborah? Why? Because they ain't in an equally yoke in him. You can't just grab people and make them your wife and say, oh, this is the will of y'all. They got their own different mindset, their own different demonic spirits. What you think what was going on with Jacob's wives? Two wives, then they was mad at each other. They went and got their handmaid to even sleep with their own husband. What kind of rights behind is that somebody gonna say is the will of the Father? That's why only 144, 1%. Where's the rest of them? The dry bones is the army of David. See, they didn't know that. They didn't even know that. They ain't your tails or those that came over here to the promised land. Oh no, that ain't who that is. Those are the dry bones. Read it. He says, it's an army of men. Praise the mighty Yah. That was the army of David. See, they done lied about that too. But let me get back on my topic. I'm all over the place saying, but that's all right. Amen, Yah. How about that? How about that? So, what he was sharing with me was they're taking his prophecies, they're cutting in it, or cutting the top, or cutting the tail end of it, and making it their topics. Remember, I used to say, why is it that they not talking about this and talking about this? Why are they concerned about this? This is what the Father's sharing with me today. It's because, Deborah, they using the prophecies, telling people, oh, I had a dream and I had a vision. When I deal with y'all, let me show you the difference. Who on this live chat can tell me when I'm telling you, y'all speaking to me in the water, or he's telling me something about something that's happening or going to happen or anything, he's always waking me up in the midnight hour. Or if I'm going somewhere walking, he tells me that. I'm always bringing it to you all a fresh right now word. It doesn't change the biblical, but it's telling you what is happening in where you are at today. Not who you were in Torah, but where you are happening. When he said lawlessness, who's around here know anything about lawlessness being in this day? You see what I'm saying? And because he said it to me, I just tell you what he said and I bag out. I'm not going to take his prophecies out of here and ride on them like they mine. I'm not going to tell you, oh, I had a dream of this and this and this and this. And the Lord or Yah showed me. I'm like saying, Father, you mean to tell me when I was hearing these women and I was confused with what they were saying and where they were getting it from, even to the one I spoke about the other day, he said, Deborah, they reading it and they taking from it and making it their visions and dreams that said that I gave you. Wow. But I said, but it's a lot of them doing it. He said, well, tell me something new. It's under the sun. If you can find anything new, tell me about it. In a sense, you ain't telling me nothing I don't know. But I'm like saying, Father, it matches up with what he said. It's over. Gone. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to give y'all the key to why he told me that I should have been able to already know it at 100. I'm going to give that to you. Now listen to this. Then he began to tell me they don't have the respect nor the honor for his prophecies. He said, you said it for a whole year and a half. What's wrong with them? Why are they not talking about the end game of Deuteronomy 28? They take you, remember I said they cut it in threes? They cut it in the ship, the yoke around the neck, and what was it? The oppressors. That's it. They take that right out of Deuteronomy 28 and leave the rest alone. Because I used to say, well, why ain't they talking about the end game of Deuteronomy? How can you not talk about the end game of Deuteronomy 28? It's going to affect us today. But they ain't going to talk about it. Remember Sister Deborah said they're going to be cuckoo? Well, they there already. I told you, I ain't gonna even tell you 80%. I ain't gonna tell you 90. I ain't gonna tell you 98. I ain't gonna tell you 99. I'm gonna say 100. Gone. And being a prophetess in the wilderness, I could see it. So see, it's a reason why he have his servants beholding these things. Because it's been spoken. And I'm seeing it in what? Spirit and truth. I'm not seeing it the way they're lining it up themselves and in their dreams and in their vision and in their talk on these devil platforms. He told me today that they do a whole bunch of wanting to convince people that they are the one. He say, how is it that they put so much energy on YouTube trying to say that, hey, I'm the one. We doing this and we doing this. And oh, it's like this here. And we. That's what's going on. We. And guess what he said? They said, we're the righteous one. We are the ones. But have not taught not even one time, spirit and truth. They're not even talking and speaking with the light. They just teaching you themselves. And then I say, well, why do they pour different verses one day and the next week you wonder, well, wait a minute, didn't you just say that before the foundation of the world this was created this way? Now you're sitting here hooping and hollering. What are you hollering about? Rap that you hollering about what took place before the foundation of the world, and that would be spirit and truth. But they won't do it. You're sitting here saying they doing this, they doing this, they doing this, they did it, they did it, they did it. Did you see this? Did you see this? Oh, they doing this. The daughters of this and the men of this. Well, wait a minute, hold up. But didn't you just speak before the foundation of the world? The Most High knew they would. But why are you hooping and hollering? It doesn't make sense. He said because they're playing their own way, their own game. And they got many following them based on their flesh wisdom, their flesh knowledge, their flesh understanding, their flesh emotion, their flesh personal opinion, and their flesh feelings. They got their own church. And they are the head. Wasn't we talking about that a couple of days ago? The reason why there's no unity is because those who are claiming to know it all, it's the head of those they want to rule. They're not going to let Hamashiach be the head. They are not going to let him be the head, which the world called Christ, the head over the body. No, they're not. They want the body to come to them while they serve the body with their own head. That goes back into what he was saying. I was talking to you about it the other day. Because this is what I'm gonna put something in y'all spirit. Now, if we say that it's bad out here and we in the end days, the prophecies are speaking for themselves. They don't need us to speak for them. It's speaking for itself. It's showing. Look, what did I tell y'all? Revelation is pulling up and pulling out and walking this thing out. Even Satan is doing the will of the Father. And these fools out here doing their own separate will. That's the way I show y'all. I show y'all what he is saying through his prophecies and how I'm seeing it as a prophetess living today. I don't go back and say, wait a minute, hold up. This here is happening today. Wait a minute, Jeremiah. Wait a minute, Ezekiel. Wait a minute, Isaiah. I go right to Revelation. Say, here we are, y'all. Y'all got it right here. Warning us. And that's why he say, he that has that ear, let him hear. That ear is singular because it is the spirit of Yah in our spirit that gives us the ear to hear spirit and truth. So you think these people here, you sicker than sick. They carry no light. They carry no spirit and truth. Now listen to this. I've been saying spirit and truth to you all for some time now. Where do spirit and truth tell you I'm your head? How can I run the whole body if I'm constantly giving the glory to spirit and truth and to the light? I tell you, that's the only way I know who I am in Yah. It's because he's given me spirit and truth within me. That's how he teaches me, with the light to see in darkness. The light is so you can see your way in darkness. You don't understand you in darkness? See, most 99.9 don't even know they're in darkness. I know I'm in darkness, or else y'all wouldn't have gave me the light. You see how much sense that made? So when I'm telling you the light and spirit and truth, wait a minute. Who is this spirit and truth this old hymn been talking about? Who is a spirit that carries all truth? The Most High Yah. That's spirit and truth. I can't give you no more than that. You don't hear me telling you I'm the truth. I tell you spirit and truth. Because I know that I am a spirit, but I ain't no truth. But he that is in me is. But that don't make me all truth in my flesh. But it makes me what he called perfect with him in my spirit. Because I recognize that he is spirit and truth that holds the light and has given me the light so I may see in the midst of the darkness. Those are the individuals that are the true servants of the Most High Yah. He said his prophecy is just walking itself up and down the earth, and they acting blind as a bat. Then he gonna tell me this, y'all. He said, Deborah, how is it you couldn't see that they have been stealing his prophecies and making it their own? That's why they can't tell y'all the truth of the whole matter. It's because they're using it for their glory and their honor. That's why they're taking the prophecies and living it and building up on them. And this is what he told me. And Deborah, they reading the prophecies and bringing them into their dreams, telling people, Yah gave them dreams and visions. Y'all don't need to give me dreams and visions. For what? You already got it right here. I run here and show you, y'all, this is what he's doing. Revelation 7, y'all, look at them 4 angels on them 4 corners. Wow. What are they doing holding? Wait a minute. Hold up. I got an issue here. I quickly said it, because when it gets to the point where, hey, I can see it in fullness of the spirit, I said, I got a problem. I got an issue. That means time to ask the Most High Yah what's going on. And when you look at it, let's go to Revelation chapter 7. Verse 1. I explained to you all, right now, Turkey, Beijing, Atlanta was last week, but New York is flooded. What can cause the earth to flood? Anybody in the live chat? What can cause Turkey, Beijing, New York, Atlanta, and all these other ones that lost, I think they lost like 50,000 people. What can cause a flood? Let me see if anybody knows. Oh, we know the Father got it. But come on now. Come on with it now. What can cause that? Okay, where is this water coming from, you all? We know it's his power. You trying to make it too easy. We know it's him. We know that. But what can cause all this water to come into New York like that? Can come into Atlanta. Okay? Can come into Turkey. They can come into Beijing and all these other African continents and all these other countries. Y'all don't see them. I know it. Y'all ain't looking. Because see, that's another form when you ain't paying attention to what's actually taking place because of the day we're in. It's darkness, and you ain't paying attention. It's because you ain't caught up in nothing but what your flesh and you calling it spirit. Because if his prophecies is gonna come to pass, your darn care should be glorifying him, not running around, not knowing what's going on. It don't mean you need to take it to the YouTube and boost it up, but you need to give him the glory and the praise for his prophecy has come to pass. But if you don't know nothing, then how can you give him glory for something he already told you 1,000,000, trillion, billion years was going to come to pass? See, that's why I say it. Everybody got this role playing in their spirit, and it's not representing the Most High God. That's why he said, you'll know them by their fruit, Deborah. Now, the question was, I'm going to give it to y'all. The rain, or you talk, right, the rain, I'm talking, no, I'm not talking about the rain. If none of you all have seen what is going on in the world, then I can understand, and that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. It looks like you cannot, and this is, Father, you know you're awesome. Let me tell y'all what he's telling me. Let me tell y'all what, he said, what did I tell you? He said that to my spirit. He said, what did I tell you? Didn't I just tell you? Anybody in the live chat, what is the topic of this message? Anybody know? Woo-wee! Father, you better cut that. I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to give it to him. Father. Okay, let me tell y'all what he said. He said, see, Deborah, didn't I tell you? That's what the Father said to me. When I looked to read the thing, he said, what did I tell you? What is this topic about? What about the prophecy? What about the prophecy? See, that's not what this topic is about. This topic is not about the prophecy. It's more to it than just the prophecy. No, thank you. Praise the y'all. Somebody got it. All right. Praise somebody, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. No respect for the prophecies. And listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Now, this is a good thing because y'all wants you all to know this, what I'm about to say. As I was reading y'all words, and I'm trying to get you all to tell me what was it that caused all this water. You know how Florida, every year Florida always overfloods, so it's surrounding all the water. Florida. But what is coming up in New York, Beijing, Turkey, Atlanta, and all these other countries? You guys, 3 weeks ago, have you heard 50 million people died? Have y'all not heard it? The person said it. No respect for the prophecy. That's what this topic is about. Now, y'all didn't let me see that already in the live chat. That was the only individual able to say it. But guess why? Because the individual saw the topic and have it so that you all can see in the live chat. No respect for it. How can you respect something you don't believe? How can you respect something you cannot see? And if you don't see what's going on in the world, you can't answer what Sister Deborah is talking about because you don't see what's going on. Because there's no respect for his prophecies. Now, the question was, how's all this water getting in there? Well, since you don't have no respect for his prophecy, let's pull up in Revelation chapter 7. How about that? And let's see, how is this water going all in the center of these states and all over the world? How's it doing that? Let's pull up in Revelation. Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many corners of the earth? It's what they call, what it said as corners, 4. So we got 4 angels, okay, standing on the 4 corners of the earth. So now we got 4 angels in Revelation standing on the 4 corners of the earth. Wait a minute, hold up, Father Yah. Hold up, Father Yah. What are they doing? What are they doing? They holding the wind of the earth so that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on the trees. Why? Because they standing on the 4 corners with the power Yah has given them to hold back the wind. Why are you holding the wind back? You want me to tell you why? Because what they're about to do is what you see now. The wind in which the angels on the 4 corners was holding back is what brought all the water into all these places. Praise the mighty God. No respect for my prophecies. This is why they don't get it. And this is why they don't have it. People are so caught into their lifestyle, their family, that we, till they can't see D, Father. Your prophecy is walking up and down the earth. I keep telling y'all that. We went over this whole revelation. You can't see the wind? I bet you can see where he says, tell the angel on the east to go down there with this seal and tell them on the holy wind, you better not pull that wind up until you have sealed minds. I bet you understood that one, didn't you? That the angels have sealed Yah's servant, not Yah's Hebrew Israelite, Yah's true Jews, Yah, those that serve. And who do we serve? Spirit and truth that's in us. That's the true servants of the Most High Yah. Are they in the 12 tribes? Yes. But they his servant, the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the what? Spirit realm. Not the flesh. They are called his servants. Like who? Like who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were called Yah's servants. This is a spiritual thing. So you see how Sister Deborah don't have the power to be able to tell you all no prophecies, no respect for prophecies. Why would I put that up there? Who are you? You ain't nobody be telling them they don't respect the prophecies unless you are a servant of the Most High Yah. And the Most High Yah has broke that in you and out of you to know that all these floods and this water comes from a mighty wind. Praise that mighty Yah. That water cannot move that nothing but the wind of the Most High Yah that he gave to the angels. It's no way. I sit here looking at New York and they say they finna write it in history, in the history that has never happened. Well, you ain't saying nothing. Now, see, y'all run and believe that. Y'all run and get the book. Oh, in the history. I got to get me that. But they finna put it in history. Why? Because man putting it in there. But y'all is saying, when is you going to hear him from the inside? When is, are you? Nope. Gone. And you're supposed to hate me. I don't have no problem with you hating me. But I'm going to give whatever the Father gives me. And when he sat there and told me, they don't have no respect for my prophecy. None whatsoever. You want me to tell you how deep it is, you guys? Let me tell you how deep it is. You think Sister Deborah just running her mouth? Let me show you how deep you don't have it. Because these prophecies is what you're supposed to be walking around on your job, at the doctor's office, in the stores, everywhere you go. telling them these are the prophecies of the Most High God. You see? Do you see all this happening? But we want to talk about all this stuff of the world. But we don't want to get among people and speak my Father's prophecies for these days that we're in, for the day in which we are in. Wait a minute, hold up, Father. Y'all, Jeremiah was talking. Ezekiel was talking. Isaiah, Daniel. Wait a minute, Father. Y'all, you spoke of it all the way through. You sure Hamashiach spoke of it? Wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute. And many others. But today, the people are living right in it and have no respect for his prophecy. Me? I'm going to show you something. This man came yesterday to a yard sale. And he said, Russia and China is about to issue. No, he said Russia and China. Then he ended up with China is about to issue another chemical. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I told that man? I said, no. You got to bet. He looked at me. I said, you know who it is? I said, it's a biochemical from your country, U.S., the United States. He said, I believe it. It's the way I said it. No, ain't no laughing and grinning. I don't care. It's your country, your United States of America biochemical. He said, yes, I heard people say that. You are so right. Now, I'm like, he had to be like 68, 69, somewhere, 68, probably somewhere close to 70. And he started agreeing with me. Like it was, yeah, like, how did you know that? Look, because I'm an old hen don't mean I'm an old hen. This thing is real. Now, he gonna sit and park this stuff to me about, oh, Deborah, they don't have no respect for my prophecy. I said, wait a minute. That sounds like what I've been saying for the last year and a half, Father. This is why they don't go into the prophecies of Deuteronomy 28. It's a whole prophecy of the beginning of what's going to happen to the turmoil, even to when you come. They don't go in it. It told them in Deuteronomy 28, you're going to go in cursing, you're going to come out cursing. Because somebody talk to me. You're still going to be cursed on the journey to the promised land. You ain't going to get your butt cleaned up till you land on that land. But you're looking for this world to give you everything, to do everything, make it right. You hear these niggeros out here talking about, oh, they doing this to us, they doing this, they feeding us this, wait a minute, hold up. Have you fed yourself some truth, spirit, and truth from the Most High? Not fed yourself, have you received it from the Most High Yah? Why you worried about what this world is going to do? They're going to do everything he said they're going to do. We didn't even recognize 50,000 people lost their lives 3 weeks ago. 50,000. So that's why he said, Deborah, I got to roll on in. And I say to him, I said, thank you so much for that grace and that mercy. But most of all, Father, I thank you for the endurance spirit. Because when he said, no respect for the prophecies, I can see exactly, not just in my spirit, but even in my natural, exactly what he meant. Because the prophecy in chapter 7 has already been fulfilled. And if you missed it, how is it you're going to miss everything, but yet be sealed? I don't get it. And if it's to be, it'll be the will of the Father. Now, Sister Deborah don't have no hell and heaven, no seal of Yah to give anybody. But I tell you one thing, I have to give you every word he put in my spirit to bring forth on this Deborah platform. Because it is spirit and truth. That's why I got a lane to run in. Where is your lane? How about that? How about that? So as he was showing me, he told me, because how can you do anything to the sea outside of take that wind and blow that water? And that's why the water is entering all over in the inner city, all over, like it's coming from underneath, and it's not. It's the power of the four angels on each corner of the world. They already done sealed my fathers. And like I told you, whether I'm sealed or not, Sister Deborah gonna run this race, giving spirit and truth and revealing the light, as long as he gives me the voice to keep it going on. I'm not afraid. Like I was like, but Paul, why would you say you're afraid? Paul said, I'm not afraid of the gospel, for it is the power. See, people think that the gospel is this book. Nah, nah. He ain't afraid of y'all's power. That's what he's talking about. Because it throws up and it throws out. And guess what? I ain't afraid either. I see what I know what Paul talking about. But 99 point trillion would have never known what he was talking about. He's talking about the power of Yah. Them four angels holding that wind, that ain't their power. That's my Father's power. I ain't afraid of them four angels on all four ends. It is the power of my Father that he has given unto them. Let me tell y'all something. The reason why I say, I don't know. I guess, I do know. Because this is what he said to me now. Always keep in mind, narrow is the gate that leads Deborah to life. Always remember that. So even when you desire that the multitude make it, remember what I said. You see? That's just it in the handbasket. That's it. So as I was going through here, he said, I want you to go to Revelation chapter 8. I said, oh man, I'm in trouble now. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. He said, yeah, go to Revelation 8. Now, you hear, let me say this here. Right now, like I said, these winds, these angels who have the power to take the wind, to bring the water, the sea to the earth. That's what's going on. That's why they holding it. And first thing he said, don't hurt the sea. Don't hurt it until you have sealed minds. And when you, well, wait a minute, let me, oh, Father, now you know you something else. Watch this, y'all. Revelation chapter 7. Oh, Father, here you go. Watch this here. I'm just showing y'all what he just showed me. Revelation chapter 7. It says, after these things, I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth. What did these angels have? These angels have, I don't know what my kids calling me. These angels are holding, we in verse 1, Revelation 7, verse 1, holding the four winds with an S. So they all holding this power. The four winds of the earth. Okay? Listen to this. Holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth. So they holding back the power of Father God and holding the winds back. Watch this here. Let me get it. On the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea. Wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute, hold up. On the sea? So the wind is throwing down on the sea. Now watch this here. Now, let's go. Nor any trees. But just watch this here. Watch this here. Verse 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having a seal of the living Yah. This is verse 2. Revelation chapter 7, verse 2. And he cried with a mighty, a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to do what? Hurt. Hurt the earth and the sea. How can you hurt the sea, y'all? Anybody want to answer that? How can you hurt the sea? Anybody know? I'm just finna give y'all. Sister Deborah didn't know either, y'all. He just gave this to me. How can they hurt the sea? And how can you hurt the earth? I'm sorry, y'all can't answer it, right? I would have answered it, but he just quickened it with the quicken. And that's another thing. Once you have the Holy Spirit in you, it is a quicken. It is a quicken. That's why Sister Deborah can respond to strangers at a quicken. No, okay, no. Listen to what verse 2 say. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living Yah. He cried with a loud voice. That was the power of authority. He was hollering, yelling with. That y'all better not touch it. Don't you move. Don't you move. Don't you move. Until what? And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given. Their mission was given to them from the Most High Yah to do what? Watch this here. The voices, and he said to whom it was given, those four angels was given the what? The wind to hurt the earth and the sea. First and foremost, both of them are in the wrong created place. Both of them. The sea belong in the sea, and the earth belong in the earth. So when this wind hit them, they're in the wrong place. The sea is now hurting the earth. And the earth is being hurt. By what? The sea. And the sea is being hurt because it's on the earth. They in the wrong place. You see what I'm saying? They out of the order of the Most High Yah. That's why they getting hurt. Because Yah sent his power in the hands of the angels to hurt the earth and the sea. And even in that process of hurting them, that means they're going to hurt the trees too. How about that? How about that? Tell me I don't serve a mighty Yah. Ooh, Yah. Thank you, Father Yah. Thank you. Now, let's pull up in Revelation 8. And this is where he got me. He got me here really good, y'all. He got me here. I was like, now you done bumped my head real hard, real hard, Father Yah. As I was pulling up in Revelation chapter 8, okay, and we talked about this because someone said it is surface. You remember the stuff that comes out of the volcanoes, and remember I told y'all a prophetess said that she had a vision that the Most High was going to rain down. Remember? Do anybody? Y'all probably don't remember. It was 2 days ago. I think it was 2 days ago. This prophetess said, Yah said he's going to rain down. Not brimstones like in Solomon and Gomorrah, but it was the like a volcano. Sulfur. Yeah. How is that how you pronounce it? Sulfur. Okay, you got it. That's it. You got it. Okay, that's what she's saying. But listen to this, y'all. This is what the Father showed me. Now, he showed me this here today. He said, now I want you to go into Revelation and see what she got it. And then I stood back. I said, what you want me to do? I want you to pull up no respect for my prophecy. That's how I came up with this. And then he began to deal with me. He said, they own here, Deborah, taking the prophecies that has already been set and making them their own private dreams and visions. Y'all just been blessed. Because I know 99 point trillion didn't know that. Y'all just been blessed. He said that's what the prophetess, a lot of the prophetess are doing. They're taking his prophecies and redoing them as if they are as if it is their own. It's okay. Let's set an example. Let's use me. If I would take this here and say to you all, I get up tomorrow morning. I had a dream that all these states and other countries going to be flooded with water. He showed me cars and houses and land just floating with water. And it was in also other parts of the country. Y'all see, do y'all understand what I'm saying? The Father said that's how they doing it. They bring it and they studying it and they're mastering it enough to where it sounds like they have nailed it. But if it were so, it will fool the very elect. And here I am. Thank you, Most High, y'all. Because he knew. How many times did I come up before his bosom saying, what is this these people are saying? How could they be talking about this? I always put that before the Most High, y'all. What are they doing? But I just couldn't call it out, y'all. I just could not call it out. But when the Father told me, it's called disrespecting his prophecies. And when they disrespect it, they have no regard to what he says that has happened, what's going to happen, the why it's going to happen. Because everything is telling you why, y'all. Y'all don't understand that. Yah has always told us why things are happening. Just like he made it just as plain why we are over here in this land of our captivity with a yoke around our neck and under the oppress of the heathens. He didn't broke that thing down to us to where it can't even be broke down anymore. But you got these ignorant black men and women on this devil platform giving their own theory so that they can get likes and subscribers and be seen to be the servants of Yah. And Yah said they are not of mine. He said he don't care how. Because I said to him, I said, now, is this lady a prophetess? Was she saying, remember the other day I told you I heard this prophetess talking about this stuff coming, that the Yah was going to reign and suffer? I hope I suffer, or whatever that stuff coming out of the sky. He was going to rain it, and it's going to be it was going to be like brimstones, but she said it's going to be this black mist. I'm like saying, I thank the Father, y'all. Oh, Sister Deborah was really blessed today because that answered a lot of questions that was I wasn't understanding. And you know why? He said that so that he can show me through his way, through his spirit and truth, what it is. And I'm truly blessed today, y'all, because he didn't have to do that, but he did. Now listen to this. He said, now you go up in Revelation 8. I said, what's going on? Is that right now? Yes. Yes. So you can see something. And the moment I read it, it speaks value to that prophetess that's on these platforms saying what Yah is going to do. Because I had a dream and a vision. And in that dream, it was this. And in that vision, it was this. And I'm going to really cut in. Y'all going to be upset with Sister Deborah. I'm going to cut into what exactly the Father gave me. And watch this here. When we get to Revelation chapter 8, and then I get to verse 6. When you get to Revelation chapter 8 and verse 6, this is where he pulled up on me. He said, and the seven angels which had seven trumpets prepared themselves to sound. And at that moment, he said, now listen. Okay? He said, no. I got to bump it back, y'all. I got to bump it back to verse 4. I got to bump it back to verse 4. No. We got to bump it all the way back to verse 2. Ooh-wee. I'm so anxious to get to 7, 8, and 9. I'm just going on. Let's go there. Okay. And Revelation chapter 8, verse 2. And I saw 7 angels which stood before Yah. Now, these 7 angels finna show up and show out, but don't forget, it was 7. And they stood before who? Yah. So they at the throne now, y'all. Now watch this here. And to them was what? Given. See, that's who Yah is. He's a giver and a gave. It says, and to them were given 7 trumpets. Okay. And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer, and there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne. Okay. Now, verse 4. Listen to this, y'all. And the smoke of the incense which came with the prayers of the saints ascended up before Yah out of the angel's hand. Now, here we go. And verse 5. And the angel took the incense censer and filled it with fire of the altar, and cast it onto the earth. Cast it onto the earth. Now watch this here. Just follow me. Watch this here. And there were a voice. You see that? There were voices and thunderings. Notice all of them had an S on it. So it's not talking about just one voice. It's talking about a host of voices, a host of thunders, and a host of what? Lightning. But when you get to and earthquake, I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, I see something right here. This is how you know you have spirit and truth, where you just don't settle for what you read. When your spirit gives you something, say, hold up, back that thing up and get it right. Now, when you see this here, you notice in verse 5, it says that individual were to take the censers and fill it with fire on the altar, okay, and cast it into the earth. And there were voices, thundering. Notice voices has an S. Thundering has an S. And lightning with an S. But when you get to an earthquake, you see that earthquake? Do it have an S? Do you see an S with earthquake? Is there an S? Do you see that? Why isn't earthquake? You see earthquake don't have an S? Now, I just want you to take 1 minute to go to Matthew's chapter 24, okay, and verse 7. This is where I was telling y'all, I thought, now this is what I was thinking. When we pull up in Revelation, it's on. But wait a minute now. While we up in Revelations, guess what? Y'all still fulfilling the scriptures. That's deep. And I'm like saying, wait a minute, hold up. I always run back to Matthew's, y'all, 24 and 25. Because I don't care where I go in Revelation. I'm like, well, wait a minute. What Matthew? What Yeshua saying up in Matthew's? Go to Matthew's 24 and verse 7. I'm gonna show y'all something. And it's gonna bless y'all. It's gonna really bless you. Watch this here. In Matthew's 24 and verse 7, it says, and nations shall rise against nations. That means people against people. Your own Hebrew Israelite gonna go up. They doing it now, but they've been doing it for the longest, so it ain't nothing new. It's the norm for them to kill each other and do everything. But here in 7, it's bouncing off of Revelation as well. Okay, not Revelation, just Revelation 8, but it's I'm telling y'all, I've been all up in Revelation reading. Matthews is big time, y'all. It's big time. It's talking even about our time today. This is what, I tell you what, this is what the underground power is preparing. Now, I ain't gonna say they preparing. They got about 80% of it completed. Y'all hear this song. You remember the guy who sang, I try to tell y'all, but it's just, I try to explain to people, but try this in the hometown, in the old town or whatever. That's racist, y'all. See, they not coming through the front door. They coming through the basement. Behind y'all Negro tails. But if you ain't marked, they can do what they want to do. He's given this time. No, not time, Deborah. Tell him. He's given Satan and his this day. The day. This is their day. This is their day. So anything's subject to happen. So when they sing it, and now these other two that sung some stuff, they're being backed up by, is it the Rock Child? Is it the Rock Child? I think it is. And it says, this is how beautiful Yah is for me. I'm just gonna give him the glory. This is how beautiful he is to me. When he can let me listen to these two, I'm gonna call them heathens, and listen to their video, hear it. But in the process of hearing it, I'm hearing behind it. Hearing behind it means I hear it natural and I hear it spirit. So when I say, Sister Deborah said I can hear behind hearing, I'm speaking of I can hear natural and I can hear behind, which is spiritual. So I'm listening to their songs and I already know it's racist. It's not racist. Now, that's not the right. It's hate music to stir up Matthew 24 and verse 7. You can teach it. You can preach it to your Negro people. They ain't going to get it. That's why he says they don't have no respect for my prophecy. So when I look at it and see that y'all ain't respecting my father, I don't give a rest behind who y'all are. Because when you don't disrespect me, I don't give a rat's behind who nail one of y'all tails are when you don't respect my father. Because that's my father. I don't know about y'all, who y'all call y'all's. That's where I'm starting. I ain't starting today. This is the way I'm starting to really get a grip of it. These people don't have a rat's behind about your honor, who you are, who you sent, nothing. And then he come pull up to me and tell me they don't have no respect for his prophecy. Father, end it. Like he gonna end it because I said no, he ain't. But I said end it, Father. So here these guys are talking, and I'm sitting up there. Well, who gave them the military tanks to be singing up on? Who putting the fire planes up there? Wait a minute, this thing looking real. They standing on real tanks. Who's doing this? And at the end of the song, big, bold white words, Rockefeller. Supported by Rockefeller. That's the power that bees over in the faith. That's ruling this mess, a lot of this mess, with the Roman Catholics. They ain't nothing but the Roman Catholics. They're all crooked. They're all Satan. You see? So this is what it's talking about in nation rising against nation and kingdom against kingdom. I think we probably 80% there already. Now watch this here, y'all. This is what I'm ask y'all to look at. And there shall be famine with an S, pestilence with an S. Look at earthquake. Do earthquake got an S on it? Do you see earthquake? Does it have an S? Matthew 24 and verse 7. Yes. In Matthew 24 and verse 7, earthquakes has an S. When this is what I said, wait a minute. I'm going over here to Revelation. He said, go on. I get over to Revelation. I told the Father, I said, okay, I'm going over in Matthew 24, where I know earthquakes in it was said earthquakes in diverse places. I pulled over in Matthew 24 and verse 7, and I saw earthquake with an S. Does that mean one or many? Does that earthquake mean one or many? Which one? Does it mean one? Matthew 24, verse 7. It speaks of pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Is it talking about earthquake as to say many? Thank you so much. You're right. Now watch this here. Watch how crazy Sister Deborah. Deborah ain't got no sense, and I don't care. I don't care if I don't. Many. Now watch this here. Watch this here. So watch this. Here we go. Let's pull over in Revelation. This is how crazy Sister Deborah is. I said, now, Father dealing with me, right? I said, oh, I went over to Matthew's and I saw earthquakes in diverse places. But that earthquake in Matthew's, Father, y'all got to ask, what's going on with this one here in Revelation? Guess what, y'all? Y'all just been blessed. Y'all been blessed. What do you mean, Deborah? Let's go. Revelation chapter 8. Let me show you how you bless today. Watch this here. And it says in verse 5, and the angels took the censers and filled it with fire of the altar and cast it into the earth. And there were voices with an S, thunders with an S, lightning with an S, and earthquake. It doesn't have an S, do it? But guess what, you guys? It's going to be a whammy. It's going to kill many. It's just going to be one. Revelation speaking of one earthquake. And it's given, it's the right, a big one. And it's given it the authority as it says, and earthquake. See, the other one said, and earthquakes in diverse places. Those are little small ones, but people die. But people die from those. But this one here in Revelation, guess when that's going to happen? Real soon. You might wake up tomorrow and hear about it. If it's not in this country, you're going to hear about it. It's going to be one. It's going to rock this whole world. That's why it's coming from Revelation. Are we going to have earthquakes in diverse places? Right now, if you go to, they got a place where you can check on different earthquakes that's happening all over the world. If you see, you'll see. They're going from 5, some of them going to 6, all over the world. Those are the earthquakes in diverse places. But when you pull it up in Revelation, you better watch yourself, because it ain't playing. Why? Because we already saw what the 4 angels that was holding the wind did. 50,000 people was killed 3 weeks ago, and they still losing their lives. And the wind is tearing up the order from the prophecies of the Most High Yah. Now, you go over to Revelation chapter 8. Why is this only one earthquake? Because what he's about to do is going to be an earthquake that you all going to remember. And you're going to say, I knew it, I heard it, she said it, y'all said it, and we better start believing him. Oh, no, we can't believe him. We got to hear the prophets and the prophetess on this, and these people on this platform tell us. We got to wait for them. Look at that. So I said, well, I said to the Father, okay, now you're showing me that earthquake, but wait a minute. I want to pull over in Matthew 24. I know there's earthquakes over there. When I put over in Matthew's 24 and verse 7, I said, see, here it is right here. He said, how many do you see? Don't you see an S? In diverse places. This one here is different, Deborah. So it can happen tomorrow, next week, anytime. Why? Why is Sister Deborah telling you that it's going to happen real soon? Because the children of the, not the children, it says the servants is to be marked in their forehead. They already been marked. Before the angels can let that wind go to hurt the sea and the earth, they first had to do what? Seal the servants of Yah. Now, do y'all not see the prophecy? It's already been fulfilled. Don't let nobody tell you that the servants of the Most High Yah have not been fulfilled. That's what he's talking about, you guys. Stop letting people feed y'all trash. Believe his prophecy, especially if you're living like Sister Deborah and seeing it with your own eyes. Why is there a big denial of what is taking place according to my Father's will? Because you want to get y'all tails on YouTube and Facebook and follow these clowns talking about nothing regarding the Most High God. They're more so into you, thinking, not into you, but more so trying to get you to see who they are in y'all instead of seeing y'all in them on these devil platforms. And he said, if it were so, meaning it ain't going to be, not to his servant, it could fool the very elect. They messed that whole verse up. He never said the elect will be fooled. He said, if it was so, it could fool the very elect, because if it's letting you know, if I elect them, is no way they're going to be fooled. So that's why that if is there. These pastors sit here telling people, it says, and even the elect shall be fooled. Use a lie from the pit of hell. You won't find that in no book. He said, if, letting you know, those are my servants. Those are my elect. But if it was so, I will let mine be fooled. But they're not going to be. Praise the mighty Yah. Thank you, Father Yah. So let's go on. Now watch this here, y'all. So this earthquake, you guys, you can wake up tomorrow, this week, next month, but know that there alone with hearing it, what? The thunders, the lightnings, and that mighty earthquake. Okay? It's not going to be quakes. It's going to be a mighty big one. Now, it might be some following. I ain't going to even add that in it. But I believe it's going to be a big one somewhere. Okay? Now, also, he wants you to recognize that the fire of the altar and cast into the earth. Now, see how he's telling you? Let me show y'all what he's telling me. He's showing me. He said, now, Deborah, why you always asking me what those people are doing and why they doing it? He said, there it is right there. When you see my prophecy telling you about voices, thundering, and lightning, what is that saying to you? What is that saying to Sister Deborah? I'm just trying to show y'all how he dealt with me in the spirit realm. He said, when you see their voices, it says there, Deborah, and there were voices. What do that mean when Yah is telling me there were voices? We got them bringing the fire of the altar and casting it into the earth. And there were voices, thundering and lightning. You want me to tell you what that is? When you hear those thundering and those lightnings, it's not going to be like you used to hear it, y'all. It's not going to be your normal boom and lightning. You're going to hear the voice of the thunder. You're going to hear, and it's going to sound like a voice, but it's going to be thunder. You're going to hear it. Boom, boom, boom. You're going to hear lightning. You're going to hear the voice of the power of my Father. Hallelujah. Coming through the thunder and the light. Praise the mighty God. Why? Deborah, they done marked mine. It's on. See, he got his mark. They couldn't do what you see today. Y'all, I want y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. 50 million people died after y'all marked his. Nothing go down until you mark mines in their forehead. And then after that, we're going to rumble. And that's what he's doing, y'all. So that's why I was telling y'all probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. Go back to the videos. Y'all marked his. And if I told you Revelation chapter 7. He's already marked his. See, that's what I'm saying. When y'all deny his prophecies, you don't agree with it, nor do you embrace it, because you don't feel you marked no way. How about that? How about that? But when you respect what you see, I'm a living prophet, not a dead one. I'm here seeing his prophecy. Why would I come here and lie to y'all? But this is what he's saying. He say, you see where you see thunders. You hear the voices. The thunders, he said, Deborah, the thunder is going to sound like voices. Not like voices like Sister Deborah's, but the thunder is going to be so loud, it's going to sound like somebody's voice. He said the lightning is going to be loud, like it's going to sound like somebody's voices. But then he said, and earthquake, not earthquakes. So I'm like saying, but where's that going to happen? You will see. You see, he won't tell me, but he said, I see it. That's knowing his prophecy. Now, let me show you what is going on, you guys. This is what I was telling y'all that's actually going on. Fake prophets and prophetess and teachers are trying to give you insight on visions and dreams. And the Most High wants me to come to you today and say they have no respect for his prophecies. They're taking them and making it their own private interpretation of their own private visions and dreams. So this is how he did it. He said, now you see where it says lightning and thundering on there, Deborah, and voices and earthquake. Now, do y'all hear how I explained to y'all how y'all gave it to me? Now, let's try to give you an example of what's going on in the world today with the fake ones. They would take that and get on here. Well, I want you all to know the Most High Yah has given me a dream. And in this dream, I hear the voices. And I hear lightning. And I hear thundering. And it was almost like it was in another country, but I wasn't too sure of it. But it was so much lightning and so much thundering in this vision that it frightened me. This is what he's saying they're doing. They taking the prophecies and making them their own private visions and dreams. And I'm gonna show y'all how he round that thing up to me. So that's what he was showing me. But he say now, when they tell these people, they getting 20, 30,000 K in one day with the fake prophecies and the fake dreams they have taken and mounted so deep in them so they can spill them out to you because they like the praise they get in numbers. Who would turn down 30K, 17K, 10K, 5K, 3K, 2K a day and not feel they have accomplished something? People who thinking they got the thunder and running with it. They think they winning. They think don't tell YouTube, tell them, oh, wait a minute, you getting that many? Oh, we're going to give you a plaque. And then we're going to also give you some money. You see, to lie. You think they're going to come out of that? They can't. They sold over. And in them, they really are prophets. They really are teachers. They really are prophetess. But guess what they can't do, y'all? They can't bag up in this thing, and they can't bag down it like Sister Deborah. It's no way they're going to see that earthquake being just one. They ain't going to be able to see the voices with an S of the thunder and the lightning. They ain't going to be able to catch that. Did y'all miss it? I think y'all did. Sister Deborah told y'all this is what they pulling up. These teachers and these fake prophets and fake prophetess. They'll get in here, they'll study it and come back and say, and they have their head covered. They just kills me when they cover their head. Because see, that's how they do. You all know the first impression kind of win people over? Do y'all know that? The first impression. And that's what it's all about with people. It's about letting them see me from the outside. And that's the first thing. If they see I'm dressing like I'm holy than thou, oh, I'm in there. You see, if it look like I'm dressing in the dress code as was said, or if I'm looking a certain way, true, and sounding a certain way, the way you see Sister Deborah can barely pronounce words and don't give a rat's behind. As long as I know spirit and truth is coming out when it's finished. That's how greater is he in me than me out in the world and anybody else. He's greater in me. So this is what I'm saying. He was showing me, he stopped me right there. He said, now, you see how it says voices? They won't catch that. He said, you see how they say it says a earthquake? You see how you were able to go back? And I'm going to be honest with you, y'all. I went back 3 or 4 verses in other places where earthquakes were spoken as with an S. He wanted me to see what I've already read, but he wanted to bring it into me, the difference in when they can give you visions and dreams of what they have read and try to bring it forth using his prophecies as they dreams and visions, y'all. Even the teachers. That's what they're doing. So he said, but try bringing that up on them with the earthquake. They wouldn't figure it out. See, that's how, you see what I'm saying? They wouldn't know that earthquake is a different than the earthquakes in Matthew 24 and 7. But both of them going to happen in the end, in the day. But it's a difference between them. One going to be in diverse places, so it's going to be where you're going to have earthquakes and they're going to be monitoring them and people going to lose their lives. But this one, Deborah, I'm pulling on in. I'm pulling up and I'm pulling in. They'll see me now. If they haven't. So this is what he's saying. He's trying to show me that you always asking me, what are these people saying? Why are they saying this? Why are they doing this? Why are they teaching this? Why are they preaching it? It's because they all in the fake world of their own self. And they calling themselves holy than thou. Stealing. This one prophet over in prophetess, she called herself, over in Israel or in Jerusalem. And she always used to, not like I listen to her all the time, but every time I have listened to her, she always talking about somebody stealing her words. And you know what? I'm going to tell y'all, in the last 2 years, now I really believe it. Because if you can take my father's word, at least you think you got it. But he said, if it were so, it will fool the very, I like that word, very elect. He is not going to be fooled. He letting you know, I'm not going to have it. So you ain't going to be able to fool him. But she used to say that all the time. And now, knowing if they can take my father's prophecy and make it their own private dreams and visions, and then try to whoop this word. So I say, I'm going to tell you what I said. I said, but okay, Father, I've seen that. And that have turned me, and it feels so good. And I almost feel like I'm dying, y'all. I really do. I almost feel like I'm dying. Because I'm like seeing all this stuff, and he's feeding me all this stuff. And I'm like saying, but Father, I was always thinking like that while they were doing it. I always came to you and asked you. He just let me know. I have a time for everything when I want you to know it. So it felt so good for him to just come to me out of nowhere to give me that. And I was like, oh, I like that. But he was showing me how they can take this prophecy and make it their own vision and dream. But he said they won't be able to come up on that word voice and know what that voice is saying. They won't be able to come up on that earthquake and understand it was one whammy, a big one. And they won't be able to come up with it. So remember I was telling y'all, was that yesterday or the day before, it's this one prophet. She was talking this stuff that y'all's going to, this black stuff that's going to come from out of the sky. He's going to rain it down on the earth. Baby, sit your tail down, calling it a dream and a vision. Y'all say, see, this is what I was trying. That's what he's trying to show me. You know, see, Deborah, you was on it. You was always. And that's something else, y'all. When I say that y'all have always tell me, see, you was always right. You always had it. I could not have had it, you guys, without the ruach in me. So I'm gonna put my nasty, stinky, ugly flesh to the curb. Even though he's telling me you always had it, Deborah. You always started, you always running up to me, asking me, what is it? What is that? He's telling me you always had it. Why did I always have it? Because greater is he that I have in me than he is in the world. So there ain't nothing you ain't got, even when you don't got it. You see what I'm saying? That's what he's saying. Your flesh might not get it, but hey, I'm rolling this thing in the spirit realm. You speak that spirit of truth. And when that time comes, I'm going to pull on in with you and give you the fullness of what you've been keep asking me about. Oh, I'll be all up in the class, but they did. Boy, y'all had it so bad when I first got on YouTube. Oh, I was a nervous wreck. I used to get off and never get back on for 6 months. I'm serious. Because I couldn't get to, I wasn't hearing any spirit, y'all. I wasn't hearing any anointing. I wasn't. Now, if say for instance, he didn't give me the spirit of discerning, and I wasn't full of the Holy Spirit, then maybe I could hang. But because of those two, he wouldn't let nothing come through. You ain't finna get hooked to that because you hearing them say it, because all of them teaching it. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. That's how great he is. And that's how great he can be in you. He can be just that great in you as he is in me. I'm not the only one. Because from what I understand, the body of Hamashiach, the saints, is many. All right. So this is what he got me. In Revelation chapter 8, verse 6. Now here we go. And the 7 angels, which had 7 trumpets, prepared themselves to sound. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Hold up, Father, y'all. Now, they ain't sound the trumpet yet. And you mean this stuff is going to take place before then? He said, yeah. So y'all see that warning? You see that prophecy? Has already told you. There it is. Before that 7 trumpet, before the 7 angels, which had the 7 trumpet, began to blow, we're going to have an earthquake that's going to knock y'all off y'all rocker. And what that means, knocking y'all off y'all rocker, y'all going to hear about it. Please give my Father the glory and give him the praise. Don't give yourself or nobody. Oh, they said on CNN it was a bad earthquake. They said on NBC, they said it was going to happen 2 days ago. A bad give y'all his glory, honor. It's already prophesied. So Revelation chapter 8, verse 6. Here go these 7 angels. We're going to start with the first one, verse 7. This is the first angel sound, and there followed hail and fire mingling with blood, and they were cast upon the earth. So how in the rest behind is this Yah giving visions and dreams of what was already prophesied? Why do we have to come to you in a vision and dream? You're supposed to be reading this and giving to the people what God said the Most High shall come. Why do you have to be the key to the prophecies of my Father? Oh, no, you ain't. You know how? Anybody in the live chat, oh, Father, you going to get me in trouble, ain't you, Father? Trouble me, Father. Trouble me. Beat me down. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Why would someone take the prophecies and make it their own? They will read these things and then get onto YouTube and Facebook and teach an hour, sometimes a little past an hour, prophecies. Why? Because they've seen what they say is getting the likes and the subscribers, even if they have to steal them from what the word out of Yah has prophesied and left word with us because he left word with Satan. Satan already know what's going on. Why do you think the elites doing all that they doing? Why do y'all think they was able to make movies about us, about what's going on? How was that? You can go 10 years prior to the same thing we had in 2020 and 21. The same thing. They had 2 or 3 movies already telling you about it. The whole movie, all the way up until 2022. The whole overall, they done movies on that. Why would you think they were able to do that? You think they can override my Father? No, they can't either. You see what I'm saying? So what is giving these people this idea? Because I asked Father, I said, why has this person been doing this for 3 years and telling you about prophecies and dreams that you gave them 10 years ago, and they bring it to you now? Do that make any sense out there, y'all? This one prophetess, I prophesied. Now listen to this. I prophesied that in 2015, I got it all wrote down. This shall happen in this day. This shall happen in this day. And this is what is going on. Y'all don't get it? You see how they rewriting the prophecy in their visions and dreams, even if it takes them to write it down. What do you mean, Deborah? They're writing years, 10 years, 15 years of dreams and visions they had and bringing it forth today. That's still in the prophecies, making them your own private ones. That's why these people are having all these likes and subscribers. They playing witchcraft and sorcery, and they don't know it. And they don't give a rat's behind. Why? They're getting a check. They're getting a plaque. They're getting the likes and the subscribers. And most and foremost, what Beyonce get. What do Beyonce receive when she on the stage? Praise. That's what you're doing to these people. You're giving them praise and glory when you're subscribing and liking them, stealing the prophecies of the Father, making them their own private interpretation. Oh, I had a dream. How you had a dream 15 years? You know what? I ain't had no dream 15 years ago. I can tell you today. I can tell you things that happened to me 15 years ago. But a dream, you know what? I'm not going to open no book up and tell you all the dreams I had in the last 10, 15 years. If that's not Satanism and sorcery, I don't know what is. But when it works so well with you, and you got people following you, see, people detach, like Beyonce standing on the stage, half naked. She detached praise and all the thousands and thousands of people loving her. She detached that with love. Oh, I'm fabulous. I'm famous. I'm great. I'm excellent. Same way the people on these platforms, especially YouTube. That's why they won't do right by y'all. But they think they're going to make it in. But what's going to happen? Those that are sealed is going to be bypassing all these things that's going to be happening. Even with they trying to bring this fear of a new, bio coming out. That's all fear tactics. Just letting you know, if y'all don't do what we tell you, we're going to do this. And it'll quiet you down in one area where they want you quiet at, so they can, why they still doing this here by threatening you with this here. A shutdown, a mask. We're going to have to, or the new virus, or we can shut them down. We can get them quiet about what we don't want them to know we're doing. That's how they do it. So let me get to this here. I got to stay with only 3 verses. Revelation chapter 8 and verse 7. And the first angel sound, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth. And a third part of the trees was burnt up, and all the green grass was burnt up. Verse 8. And the second angel sound as it was a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and the third of the sea became blood. Okay. Now, when we get off of here, you'll hear all over the world. They're talking and trying to figure out why are their water turning blood red and blood. Some of them said blood. You can kind of see where some of it is a lie. Okay, but then you question, because on both of these, verse 7, it speaks of mingling with blood, the hell and the fire. Then you go to verse 8, it's talking about a great mountain burning, and I'm looking at that as a what you call it, a volcano. I'm just looking at that. And fire was cast into the sea from the volcano, that stuff that comes out, and the third part of the sea became blood. And when it says the third part of the sea became blood, I'm thinking of everything in it dies and it changed. But I can't say that because that's not what it's saying. So I have to look for what? The sea become blood. Okay. After the stage of a mountain burning with fire cast into the sea, I have to see that. Even if it's not a mountain cast into the sea, I have to see something that represents that. You get what I'm saying? You can't wait till people tell you visions and dreams that they didn't have, that this and this is going to happen. So now I kind of really, believe it or not, y'all, I kind of help you all out in understanding that a lot of people, when they're talking and when you're listening to people, listen to them. And you can see those who talk about visions and dreams, it's the same identical thing about the chosen one. I did a video, y'all didn't see this on my other Facebook. I did another video about the chosen one. It's not the chosen one. That's what I did that video on my other YouTube. The chosen one is not the chosen one. That's another something that the Father came to me and I shot into it and made a video, because he was explaining to me they're calling themselves chosen one because they saw how the numbers rack up on YouTube, and they're feeding the lie of Satan as if they are the chosen one. And because Satan would make you seem like you are a chosen one, as long as you are lying about being a chosen one, he will give you everything to make you feel that you are a chosen one, sound like a chosen one, walk like a chosen one, talk like a chosen one. But what happened? If it were so, it would. If it was so, it would. If it was so, it would fool the very elect. And I like him saying that, because he's saying, if it was so, it will fool. If it was so, it would fool. But because they are my elect, they're not going to be fooled. How you like them now? Okay, so I had to do that, and it's just like these fake prophets and these fake prophetess and these fake teachers. He said they're in there too, is pretending that Yah is giving them visions and dreams and teaching them. And here it is, they're giving you his prophecy as if he gave it to them in visions and dreams, and here it is sitting here. And when they're giving it to you, it's not even the fullness. Why? Because if it was so, the elect would know it, and I know it. You see? So that's the same way the chosen one. And what happened? I know y'all don't know this, but a whole bunch of people decided to be the chosen one. I don't know if y'all know that. Even on Facebook, everywhere. Because they saw where we can get likes, subscribers, and numbers. Even Europeans, heathens, Negroes, everybody is choosing to be a chosen one, because it gets a lot of numbers. Just like I told you, they can get on here and they can do that. And he said, just don't let, he said, judge not one by the appearance, because Yah knows the truth of spirit and truth. It's not from the outer man, it's from the inner man. Okay? And that's where they're hiding. And they're portraying and fooling people from their outer man. And they're doing it, I'm gonna be honest with you, they're doing a good job. But the job that they're doing good is the good that came with evil in the garden. You know how you pull up in the Garden of Eden? I mean, when you cut in the garden, he had the tree of life and other trees, and then over here he had good with evil and evil with good. Well, that's the type of good they pulling up with. See, they didn't know I knew that. But yeah, that's the type of good they pulling up with. And it looked good to everybody. Everybody liking, subscribing, support them. Whoa, they got not just two PayPal, GoFundMe, Cash App, and all these other things. And I'm like saying, look at here. He said, they'll take care of that one. That's how Satan's seed is. Flock to these. So this is what happened in verse 8. Verse 8 of Revelation. And the second angel sounded, and as it was a great mountain burning with fire, was cast into the sea. And the third part of the sea became blood. Okay? And when it says became blood, after this took place, I'm thinking of fish in the sea and bodies of human, because of it fell from the mountain burning with fire and was cast. That mountain fell into the sea. So whatever was in the sea, it became blood. Okay? And verse 9. And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea, oh, that's it then, had life, died. Okay, that makes sense. And the third part of the ships were destroyed. And what was in the ships? Men. You see what I'm saying? So blood is representing life dying. Okay, so it might not, in that verse, it might not mean that the sea is full of just red blood. No, it's talking about life. Because here it says, and the ships were destroyed. You see what I'm saying? As if somebody was on the ship, and it's got ships with an S, and everything in the sea and had life died. So I believe that the sea, as far as blood is representing life, is lost, whether it's fish, and you know, whether fish and humans, because it's speaking of a sea. I mean, ships with an S. Somebody's got to be on the ships. You see what I'm saying? And the sea, everything in it died. So it has to be talking about the fish, the whales, the octopus, everything. You get what I'm saying? So when it said that part about the blood became blood, it's because of life. Okay? Everybody died. Okay? And that's what was left. If a fish, you know, even, I don't know. Yes, some fish has blood, not all of them. Oh, yes, they do, all of them. But I want to say to you all, I stopped there because as I go on, it talks about in 9 what he's going to do with the star falling in the fountains of the rivers, and how people going to die, and a third part of the sun is going to get tore up and smitten, and the moon going to get the stars. He going to be cutting up from the floor. But then when he run to 9, he's telling them locusts, okay, he tell the man to go down, I mean, not the man, the angels to take the keys to the bottom of this pit, open it up, but do not, told the locusts when they came out, don't, make sure you don't bother those that are sealed. Only those who are not. So he's telling those that are sealed ain't gonna get hurt in Revelation 9. So what I'm seeing is all of the plagues that Yah is setting forth is not going to affect now listen to this, y'all, listen to this. It's not going to affect those that are sealed. Y'all see what I'm saying? But what is going to be affected? What is going to happen to those that are sealed? Anybody know? What's going to happen to those that are sealed in Revelation 7? Do anybody know? He told them to seal hands in the forehead before they hurt the earth and the sea. And then he told the locusts in Revelation 9 that they are not to hurt in any way those that are sealed. So, my question is, all of these plagues are not going to hurt those that are sealed. But what can be wounded in a way by those that are sealed? Anybody know? It's a mystery, so it's not a mystery, but it's something Sister Deborah knows. Yeah, we're going that route, but before you're going to see all this. You see what I'm saying? Just like I just told y'all about the earthquakes and the thunders, when you hear the voices and the lightning, when you hear it. And I'm going to give you an example. Last week, I don't know if it happened in y'all state, it happened in Missouri, where you heard thunder in a way that was unusual. I'm telling you, in your state, have y'all in the last week? I have. So I know that that's not going to be the only time, because since I'm sharing this with you all, be aware of that. The difference in the thundering and lightning the next time you hear it, unless next time it comes before you. Okay. But let me share this with you all. Oh, in Texas this week. Oh, wow. They had it in Texas. Wow. There you go. Your mind. See, it's your mind. You're going to go cuckoo. All this stuff here that's going to be going on, that seal is going to be protecting you. Okay? From what? All the plagues, y'all. Ain't that beautiful? That's beautiful. The seal is going to protect you from what? All the plagues that he's bringing forth. You see? But mentally, you get the point I'm saying? Mentally, Massachusetts as well. Really? Oh, wow. See, this is what I was saying to y'all. That a lot of things are happening. Right. Yep. Mentally. Right. A lot of things are happening and they moving real fast. Y'all don't notice that? It's just moving real fast. So we're going to hear again the thundering and the lightning, because Yah is allowing us to speak about his prophecy in a way of informing each other in the body of those who are using his prophecy for their glory. Okay. So now you all, when you look at different people, you hear people, don't let them get the glory and don't praise them for nothing. A lady today responded to the video I had, and I was reading her her message, and it just done something to me. I think she had it in there 5 or 6 times. Yah this, yah that, yah this. Yah. I said, that's what I'm talking about. Don't give Deborah no glory. You better give it to the my most high Yah, who's deserving of it. This old nasty, stinky, ugly flesh don't deserve nothing. So when I read her message, I wanted so bad to tell her, thank you for giving my father the glory. Because that's who do it. She had it in there 5 or 6 times. Yah this, yah that, yah this, yah that. I said, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Give my father the glory. He's doing. So now you know that when y'all listening to people, kind of, and y'all probably be able to discern it real quick, kind of see how people are trying to, you can see that they're just chasing subscribers and likes. and they playing it for all it's worth. They're showing, they wrapping their heads and they crawling all up and trying to be all this role playing. And what did I used to call it? Clowning. Clowning for the clowns. Clowning like in the circus. But he said that's where people get messed up, because they measuring people from their outer being, their outer man. And their outer man is what? Flesh. So why are you serving them from their flesh level and seeing them to be holy than thou? And that's spiritual. You see what I'm saying? So we got to stop looking at the outer part of human beings and just assuming they holy than thou, and they're not. Because you only don't know. If only you knew what was in the inside of them. They're still in the Father's prophecies, and they're taking the word, going to and fro, trying to teach it with no spirit and truth. And never let them try to tell you who they are so good to the point where they ain't speaking no spirit and truth, but they all that in y'all. They ain't showing you no light for your spirit, no food for your spirit, but they all up in y'all. Don't play with them people, y'all. Them people some dangerous people. And the reason why I say that, we got to take him in all our walk. Now let me show you what he just gave me while I was talking about sealing those in the forehead. Okay, what happened with one of the plagues? I think it was the final plague, and that was to take the firstborn. Okay, son. What did he do? He put the blood on the doorpost so that it would do what? Pass us by. You get what I'm saying? What was passing by when they saw the blood? The most powerful thing for the life, which was death. So all of these here plagues that he's pouring out, we have to respect them, y'all. You have to glorify him in it. You got to praise him and let him know you recognize his prophecies and his power. If you take Yah's power from him in your flesh, you are without him. See, he has to come with the power, because he can't be greater in you if you ain't going to give him the power. So how are you going to give him? How are you going to claim greater is he that is in you when you deny the power therein? See how we've been stepping all on him and thinking it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. Okay? So when we, what was I saying as far as respect his prophecies, and if he tells you different from his spirit, from your spirit, then that's different, then that's okay, because that's where he deals with you from the inner man. And no one can tell you how he deals with you. You see? But don't disrespect him by uplifting and praising and honoring these people who are giving you visions and dreams of what he already told you. There's nothing new under the sun. Meaning, these prophecies, you hear them talking about. When he told me, I remember 10 years ago, or I remember 2 years ago, oh, this was about 7 months ago, oh, this was about a year ago, he told me this. Wait a minute, hold on. Why is he going to give you a prophecy a year ago to tell you about today, to tell today? See, y'all, do that make any sense? You see where Sister Deborah is coming from? This is the sort of, now I'm telling y'all today, but this is how I come to y'all. I said, what is this they talking about? Well, how is she going to say this and you saying this anyway? I mean, how is it her vision? How did you give it to her? Give. He gave me a dream. He gave me the vision. You know, when I tell y'all he spoke to me in the water, I give y'all a right now word of what he said. I'm not going to come in here and read this and then turn around and kind of mix it up so I can give it to you. Oh, and he told me this 9 months ago. And the prophecies that they're giving y'all, they are not of a private. It is prophecies that Yah is going to do to the world. So how is it he gave it to you 15 years ago to tell the world today? Get on out of here. Okay, I appreciate each and every last one. Anybody have any question? I can answer any question that anyone have. If I can, I might not be able to, but if I can't, somebody in the live chat can. How about that? How about that? Yeah, that's what we was talking about. Death came knocking in Egypt. That was the last plague. And to keep death from coming, he had the the blood on the doorpost. Now, what happened to all the other plagues that was brought up on Pharaoh now? You see, it didn't come up on the Israelites. You see what I'm saying? It didn't come up on them, but it came on Pharaoh and everybody in Egypt, but didn't come upon the Israelites. You see that? Now watch this here. Watch this here. Didn't he bring their nasty tails out of there? Did you see what they were doing in the wilderness? You see all the sick mess they was doing? See, they were sick when they came out. They were sick when they stayed there. That's why they didn't get to go to the promised land, because they were sick mentally. Same thing. Deuteronomy 28 end game. How about that? How about that? See, they don't want to teach that and preach that, y'all. That's what you call spirit and truth. The truth of the whole matter. Soon as they got over there, they start talking about they don't want a God that Moses served. We want a God that we can. You see what I'm saying? What fool gonna see him part the sea? And you walk your dumb tail on dry land and tell me you want to serve another God outside of that one. Shalom. Appreciate each and every last one of y'all, because that stuff right there just throws me all the way off the rock. Right there. I appreciate each and every last one of you all. And I thank you all too for being here. And I hope you got something out of this. I thank the Most High for giving it to me, because it really answered a multitude of questions that I'll be asking in the wilderness. And he answered a whole lot tonight. He really did, because now I got some closure. And now y'all might think, hey, I'm just saying something to you all for you all to have something to under your belt. But hey, it helped me to hear it from him. And I gained something when I heard it from him under my belt, because I was wondering, what are these people doing? What did how he gonna give you a vision a year ago and you just not pulling up? Oh, you pulling up because you on YouTube. Oh, YouTube and subscribers and likes. Now you don't pull up, huh? But what happened a year ago? You see what I'm saying, y'all? So I, Sister Deborah, say I appreciate each and every last one of you. And I say shalom and shalom.